well. Miss me? I miss me. I have no idea how it's gonna go. As you can probably tell, I'm in a new space, and as you can probably tell, something is wrong with my hair. Ignore that, even though I'm probably gonna play with it the whole time. I hope everyone had a good new year, good holiday season, whatever you celebrate. I know it's been a really long time since I made a video. This one I was hoping to make earlier, but I couldn't. It was one of my goals to read 50 books last year, and I literally did not finish that until New Year's Eve around 8 p.m. And I only finished that thanks to Audible. I did a good amount on my own, but my beer of the evening is this wonderful, spicy watermelon Modelo. It's freaking amazing.
We gotta get you ready for your midday wipe. Stop.
New year, new me, right? I figure since we're in the festive season, even though I'm really late, hey, we can drink it out of this thing. So good. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well. I think I'm doing pretty good. I have a whole bunch of new goals this year. I would say last year I probably managed to do 3/4 of my goals, which is pretty impressive to me, for me. I remember back in the day, I wouldn't even be able to do one of them. This particular goal I want to talk to you about today was to read 50 books, which I don't think prior to this goal I had read 50 books in my life, which is why this kind of feels good to me, because it shows me things change and even perspectives change, and I definitely will not be doing that again, because I found that I prioritize quantity over quality. If you're gonna read a book, there's no point in reading a book for the sake of having another tally mark on your Goodreads or Fable or whatever. To me, I mean, some people probably, but for me, I want to read a book to be moved and taken out of the bullshit of living life and live life another place, another means, I don't know. But what we're gonna do is a tier list, because I have 50 of them, and some of them I probably don't have anything to say.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
And some of them I might have a thing or two to say, so rather than doing like a bunch of stupid reviews that no one cares about, I'm gonna look back and try to process with you that no one cares about. You know, maybe there's something on there that you might want to read this year. Last year, I had some interesting goals like that no one cares about. Well, interesting to me. No one really cares. Hike Monument, I did. Monument Mountain, amazing. Hike Greylock, I gave myself half credit for that because me and a bunch of people went. Sean, if you're watching this, you remember. We went in the rain and I basically I won't get into it. Well, yeah, I will. Someone blamed old Stroke Collins there in the back, blamed me for having to turn around because it was raining out. I didn't care that no one cares about. I would have kept going.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Now that I am the way that I am, I really feel for the people. How do I word this? I don't think she was in last place, you know what I mean? But I feel for the person that needs someone to feel for them. If it was me, who would do it, you know? Who would have been there for little Strokey in the back? He just got like really derailed on that. I had one, quite a short story. I did that. I had one take a picture once a week.
I failed.
I actually got to the point where I wasn't even keeping track anymore. I had 52 little things, 52 weeks out of the year, and I would make it daily. No one really cares. And I just stopped fucking doing it. I don't know. I would say that I would like to do that again, but I think I already missed the first week. So, my setup here is fucking trash for doing this. I'm staring at myself, not even looking at the freaking camera thing. I can't help it. It sounded really conceited. I didn't mean it that way. I just mean I'm really easily distracted, and I'm also a really distracting looking person. These are my opinions when I think about the book, how they hit me at that point in my life, maybe. That's probably a better way to word it. It's my opinion. It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything. Maybe I might have something here that is really beloved to you and not to me. And sorry, I don't know. We'll see. That's probably the case for a lot. Without further ado, shall we? First, we have 1984 by George Orwell. There's not much to say. Its reputation precedes it. I will say with this one, I don't know, actually. There's not much to say. It was really good. I think, for me, give it its provenance, or however you want to word it, its illustrious pedigree, I think it's an S tier. Maybe it doesn't quite live up to the hype, but everyone knows about this book, and it's for good reason. I think it's groundbreaking in terms of its thinking, or was. I give 1984 S tier, in my opinion. Kurt Vonnegut, A Man Without a Country. In a lot of ways it was good. It's definitely not an S, in my opinion. That stupid little star thing. I went into it blind, like I always do. It was like that George Carlin book a long time ago that I read called Napalm and Silly Putty, and it was just like a collection of thoughts. There's a market for that, but I'm not really that type of person. That's kind of the same issue I have with like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And actually, I would say that I have the same problem with books that are like longer than 300 pages. I have a very specific attention span, and if it's too short and if it's too long, I just don't particularly like that. I think a lot of things he said in there were worth at least an A, but I think I'm gonna have to go B tier. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I'm just gonna go, I can't do it. I was gonna go D. I have to go C though, because it reminded me, it really reminded me a lot of The Trial by Franz Kafka, because it was super absurd, and, there's
a trial scene.
I really like the absurdity of it. It made me laugh how ridiculous it can be, but I have to go C because Alice to me is an insufferable bitch. She just really annoyed the bejesus out of me every single time she talked or did anything, and unfortunately the book is written about her. If she wasn't in it, I'd probably like it. I'm gonna go C tier. Bitch. Deep Hole. Oh, that probably clipped. Okay. Deep Hole by Don Winslow. C tier, because I think it was better than that, but I'm having a hard time remembering, which is a really personal problem, but it didn't really leave any sort of mark that I can recall. It's about surfing, but I think he has a few books about surfing, and I don't remember which one is which. which means C tier. It was okay. Dietrich. I think that's how you say it. I don't remember. This one was really good. I liked it. And I will probably listen again. I didn't read it because it was a free Audible credit. I think this one at the time was actually free because Audible has free stuff. Every now and then you have to look. This one I'm going to go A. It was cool. It was like a New York City detective story, and it was like noir. It was cool. I would recommend it. Dietrich is an A to me.
Wow! Incredible!
I can't see the top of the picture. And unfortunately, I don't remember the name of it. I think it's Drink, Smoke, Snort, Stroke. And I think the author's name is Willie James Huff.
Willie James Huff, better known as fucking chicken.
He had a stroke. I really liked hearing his story. Some of it interested me, but he had a lot in there that didn't really apply to me. I wasn't the target audience. I think it was New Zealand, not Australia, but he was a comedian in the golden era of stand-up comedy in Australia or New Zealand. I can't remember. I think his book is 50-50. 50% of the stroke, 50 those figures are fucked up. It was written a lot about what led up to the stroke. While that was interesting, I don't know who he is. Never heard of him before. I'm not really a historian with B. I think it was good. And drink, whatever, smoke, snort, stroke. You're a B. What a good B. Galaxies of Fear. Don't ask. Galaxies of Fear Eaten Alive, Star Wars. I found this book when I was cleaning out my brother's closet. I read it and it was okay. I think it was cool because it had the holographic cover. I don't remember even if it was Star Wars like at all, like even in that realm. C. Cheers. Frankenstein. It was a little difficult to get into, but when I did, it was amazing. Such an incredible book. I can't believe how old it is to be so thoughtful and groundbreaking in so many different ways. This book made me think a lot about a lot of different things. I think when people talk about good science fiction and they leave Mary Shelley's name out of it, it's so sad because that woman was so advanced in so many ways with her thinking. Her writing was really good. The different thought experiments that she brought to the table were incredible. And even just the fact that she was a woman, and I know that sounds bad, but women at that time didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, again, it's an assumption based on what I know. Women didn't just have the opportunity to write like that. It's so next level. I will say that I think you need to be a certain type of person to read it. You know, someone who reads 50 Shades of Grey, they're not gonna like how it's written. I give it an S, and that's a really easy S. Ethan Frome. What a what an amazing book. This one is also easily S tier. I recommend this one. Maybe it's not as good as I remember, but I really recommend this one, especially living near Edith Wharton's house. Again, a woman who paved the way for men. She really wrote an amazing story. Like the story is pretty good, but man, it was so beautifully written too. It's easily an S tier for me. S tier. All Systems Red, and I don't remember the author. I'm so sorry. I don't really know. It was okay. It didn't do anything new, but I think what it did really well. It's a series of the main character. It's called Murderbot. I would definitely read another one. It was good enough to want more, but not good enough to like pre-order the next one, you know? So I'd probably give it an A. All Systems Red, A. James May, How to Land an A330 Airbus and Other Skills or something. This one I listened to. I was interested because I love UK Top Gear. I think those guys, they were so good together. This book also, I'm not the intended audience. If you live in the UK, you have way more of an idea of like the things he's referencing, but I think there was enough there to at least be humorous to me, and it was pretty funny. I give it a B. It was good, but it's a B.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro, Falling Down. What can I say about this book? I don't remember a damn thing. C? Not good, not bad, less than average, so C.
Okay.
How Much Land Does Man Need by Leo Tolstoy? S. And the reason I give it an S is because I think, the bright minds of the Russian masters. This is probably the most accessible. I think anyone could read this and walk away moved by it, like touched. Moved is probably a better word. I'll go S tier. I think it was really incredible, and I still remember, like, I won't ruin it, but it's very memorable to me. How Much Land Does a Man Need? S tier.
Hiya!
Moonraker. I have no idea. I bought this book on Amazon. It was on sale for like $2 and I bought it and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. It was good. I would definitely read another Ian Fleming James Bond book. I didn't go into it thinking anything because I can't even tell you if I've ever seen a James Bond movie, but I've seen Austin Powers, if that counts.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
I also used to play the hell out of GoldenEye for N64. I wouldn't reread it, but I would definitely go down that rabbit hole a little more. I'll give it an A. I think for me it was a pretty easy A. Sinbad by Kurt Vonnegut. Wait, is that Kurt Vonnegut? I don't remember. Lo siento mucho. Oh, I'm getting my brewski. B.
Okay. Okay.
Oregon by my man. Don Winslow. Is that his name? Don Winslow? Don Williams? I don't remember. Don Winslow, I think. Yeah, I remember this. It was pretty good. I'm going to give it an A.
Here we go. We are bringing the Oregon Book by Don Winslow up to A.
Post Office, easy yes. That's my favorite book I've read this year. And pretty early on in the year, I read The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. And I was like, man, book of the year. I don't know why, I really liked it. I liked it so much that I bought a second copy at the book sale at the library because I found one with a different cover. It was 25 cents, who cares? You know, I read another Hemingway book and I was like, oh, this is the new book of the year. And then throughout the year, I just kept getting one-upped by Hemingway novels or novellas or whatever. I fell in love with the way the man writes. And I remember in one of his books, there's a scene in the beginning where a Native American woman is laying in the top bunk and a little boy's father is helping her deliver a baby, and her husband is laying on the top bunk, and they fight for a while. Well, not fight, but they work hard to deliver the baby for hours, and then at the end of that, they look and the father has slit his own throat in the top bunk, and it leads to like a really simple but powerful conversation between the doctor and the doctor's son. Bear with me, I know, a stupid story. It's not even about this book. But I remember thinking in that moment, like thinking back at the words that Hemingway had wrote in the other books to move me a lot. I noticed at that point in time, I fell in love with the grit. He told stories and had a certain amount of grit and roughness in his writing and in the story itself. And I fell in love with that. I really like that. I like to read that. So when I read Post Office by Charles Bukowski, I was like, it was one up for the year. Like, this is number one for me. And I think if you like his writing, you love his writing. I don't think you can be too indifferent to it, but I could see why people might not like it. It's honest and raw, or whatever you want to call it. I easily give it S tier. It's the book of the year for me, and I would and will be recommending this to like anyone I know that likes to read for quite some time. Post Office is S tier, baby.
Thank you. I don't know why I'm here, but here I am.
Slice of Life by, again, Kurt Vonnegut, I think. I give it an A. Man, this thing might be hitting now. Really, it wasn't that good, but it was kind of good. Like, it was memorable to me. A Slice of Life, it feels a certain way when I think about it, when I read it, and it left some sort of impression with me, so I'll give it an A. I don't remember what this is called technically. The Dreams of a Ridiculous Man, or The Dream of a Ridiculous Man. I don't remember if it's more than one dream. By Fyodor Dostoevsky. It was okay. I think I really wanted to like it, but I didn't. I don't know. I'll give it a B. I don't think it... I think my he has a higher place in this, and when I read this, it just wasn't on that higher place to me. So, I give it a B. Ooh, this one one's kind of rough for me. Knitting with Hitler. I think the front of the book said like a black comedy or something like that. So I was like really intrigued. I have no idea. Like I could assume I know what it's about, but I didn't know for sure. Well, I didn't know, you know. It turns out the main character's wife has, I don't remember if she has dementia or Alzheimer's, and because of my mom, I had to stop reading the book a few times because it was really making me upset. Maybe to you, it can be a black comedy. To me, it kind of sucked, but that's only because of my relationship with those terrible diseases. I don't think it was bad. I think if you're not affected like me, you might be able to think it was better, but I gave it a B. One more last time. I don't remember who wrote it. B. It was kind of fun. RPG-ish. Or, I don't know what you'd want to call it. The idea was cool. It was a cool idea. This, I believe, is a series too. And I liked it enough to try another one. I don't think I could call it A though. I'd call it B. The Glass Eaters by Catherine Vaz. I'm gonna go C. I remember I really loved one line in the book and I didn't mark it, so now it's gone forever. But other than that, I don't know what it was about. I couldn't tell you shit. I want to give it a D because I haven't given anything a D, but we're gonna still go C. In our time. This was the book I was talking about, the Hemingway book with he calls it the Indian camp because of course he does. He's Ernest Hemingway with the Native American woman giving birth. I want to give it S because I love his writing, but I don't want to put every book by him on S, and I would. So we're gonna go with A, and we're gonna save S tier for a random one, I guess. I have no idea. We'll go with A. In Our Time by Ernest Hemingway is an A for me. The complete works of Alberto Cairo, I think it was called. It's a poem book. I can't think of the author's name. It's not Alberto Cairo. That is a alter ego of his, which means this material is not representative of the author. It's representative of Alberto Cairo, who is the author's. I won't get into it. Look it up if you're interested. There's some stuff in here that I love. I will give it credit because apparently he was fluent in English as well, but I think when you translate a poem into any other language, it loses something. Well, not poem only, all writing, but especially poetry. Some of the poems were incredible, but a lot of it, he was saying the same shit over and over again. And I don't know if that's on purpose because, you know, it's poetry. So there's a good possibility that things were repetitive on purpose. And I'm just missing the joke, so to speak. I'll give it a B. I think some of the poems, if they were published on their own, although that would be not a book, it would be a single poem, 1 page long, but there are S tier poems in there. Collectively, it's B. My Stroke of Insight by Dr. Jill. It's S tier, for sure. Obviously, it's because I had a stroke. To you, it might not be S tier. If you care at all about me having a stroke, I would recommend it. Oh, by the way, it's pretty cool, right? Is it a girl's necklace? Well, who can say? No one knows. It's definitely a girl's necklace, though. I found it in my couch over there. You know. I'm telling you, if you care at all, care to learn, care to understand, even if you're interested slightly in like science or something like that, I recommend this book. She was a neuroscientist, and she had a stroke. And the way she describes it is, as it was happening to her, she thought, like, this is the coolest thing ever. Because what other neuroscientist has actually lived it? Hers was super bad, though. I complain a lot. I don't really complain anymore. Well, sometimes I do. I do a lot in the joking way, but like in the hospital, it sucked. This woman, all of her speech got wiped out. All of her math got wiped out. And she was talking about, 7 years later, she's starting to do math again and stuff. That's incredible to me. It's S tier. S tier from me. And if you like reading and you're watching this and you care to understand at all, because I can't tell you, I would check it out. S tier. The Fall by Albert Camus. It was okay. B. It's a B for me. It's probably better than a B, but seriously, The Stranger was so amazing in so many ways for me that I was so excited to read anything else the man did. And when I read this, it was like the feeling when you start with the best and you have to work your way down. That's how I feel. I don't really know if I don't know. Maybe I'll give another one a shot, but I'm pretty sure I started with the best. Oh, my ass is killing me. The Fall, Albert Camus, B tier. Michael Kohlhaas. Oh my god. This book was so fucking awesome till about halfway through. And then, in my opinion, it stopped. It lost all momentum. Picture a medieval John Wick. And picture in the middle of medieval John Wick, just when things are getting good, it stops. Well, it doesn't. This book doesn't stop. What's worse is the momentum stops and the book keeps going. I'll give it a C. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I'm a poor sport. We're gonna go with C. Also, if you've read Michael Kohlhaas ever and you liked it, please tell me. Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I should try it again, because I always think about picking that up again to see if maybe the problem was me, I think that a lot whenever I feel poorly about a book, but this one in particular, I always think about going back to. I'm going to give it a C.
Yeah.
The Great Gatsby. There's nothing to say.
That was a lie.
This book is not really that good. But at the same time, it is the most beautifully written, not even beautifully, it is so well written, I would say. In my opinion, at this moment in time, please don't kill me. At one point, I had 3 different colors for highlighting, and I used this tape because when I started doing it, I didn't want to ruin the book. I don't care now. What was I saying? I fucking forgot. Oh, I ran out of tape. I had one color for like imagery and beautifully worded things, and I had one color for that, and I ran out of the roll of tape within The Great Gatsby. I came very close with a different color when I was reading Ethan. I don't do it anymore. It's too much work. But when I was reading Ethan Frome, I almost ran out. But the Great Gatsby is S tier to me. The story is really not that great, in my opinion. Like, I guess a good way to word it would be, I don't ever care to see the movie because I really don't care about the story. I care way more about how the man wrote the book because I think that's where the magic is. If you've never read it and you're a sucker for like wordplay, and maybe that's the wrong word, he's just magic with words. I would take my pants off for that man. Well, not now, but maybe, you know, in Jazz Age. Everyone's doing spirit fingers. Also, I want to point out that Gatsby is he's an idiot. He's so goddamn dumb. He's almost as insufferable to me as Alice is. Bitch. You could swap those two people and probably make the same book. I won't put Michael Kohlhaas there, but I will say that I'm freaking let down by that man. What a damn shame. Yeah, S tier.
They say he's third cousin to the Kaiser and second cousin to the devil.
I'm afraid I haven't been a very good host, old sport. You see...
I'm Jets.
A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. This one... I think it was cool because it was almost more like a diary. I wanted to give an S. I'm not gonna give this one the S. I give it an A. I just sleep. I already fucking complained about this book and I'm gonna do it again, but I'm not gonna use words.
Lie.
It's going in D. It fucking sucks. More insufferable people. God, put them all in the same book. The Great Zen Wedding by Charles Bukowski. Now that I'm thinking of it, technically I had way over 50.
I
Track only on Fable. I don't do Goodreads because it's a stupid reason and I won't get into it. But I only go on Fable. However, on Fable, which I think is the superior app, they don't have a lot. And I remember now that I'm doing this, there was a lot that I read this year that was not on Fable. So I counted some things that I should not have counted to make up with it. I know A Zen Wedding is only a part of a larger book, but I counted this because I remember reading at least like 5 or 6 books that I did not track. You know, someone with a memory like me, they're gone forever. I don't remember them. Let's put it this way, they weren't good. There's a reason they weren't on Fable, and there's a reason I don't remember them. They fucking suck. Great Zen Wedding, I'll give it a B. Yeah, I know I'm a failure. The House of Sleeping Beauties was frickin' awesome. It was S tier. I already told you how I fell in love with like that creative life. This is another book that's not pretty. It's not really a comfortable book, but at the same time, it makes you think a lot. There are some lines in there that I think are really beautiful. I believe this was my first Japanese writer, and I got a gift card for Barnes & Noble from my brother and his wife. Shout out, Lauren. I'm looking forward to... Well, I already purchased more Japanese books. Well, ebooks. But I'm really looking forward to reading them. I hope they're all like this. A different style, you know? Maybe it's not a very comfortable read, but it really made me think about past, present, future, mortality, how finite life is. It was a lot of thinking. I was really moved by it. S tier. The Master and Margarita. Oh boy, this one is weird to me because I almost made a video criticizing this book. I think I did make it, but I never put it on YouTube. My complaint still stands. I think the first half of this book is amazing, and I think the second half was not really that good. And I think it was completed after he died. I think they took his works and tried to get everything together, and I understand why, like, the second half fell off. I've realized the more that I talk about it, the more that I really love this book. It's fun. I don't know how to word it, but it's fun. It's a fun read. I think for us in the West, we're blessed because I can say it's a fun read, when in reality it's much more than that we don't understand because we didn't live in the Soviet Union. But being what I am, who I am, where I am, I can call it a fun book in S tier.
Hiya!
The Locked Door. This book was fucking terrible. I just want to say one thing. They tried to pitch the idea that being a serial killer was like some genetic trait. The father was a serial killer, and his daughters were also serial killers, and it was like following one woman who was trying to suppress this part of her that she inherited from her father. It was fucking ridiculous to me. It was bad. D. This one was a runner-up for Book of the Year, The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. I was in the right place at the right time, and normally I go in, well, in a way, you'll see. Normally I go into my books blind. I don't want to know what they're about. I don't care about any of that. I just read based on my mood what interests me. I saw somewhere online before I read this book, it actually made me want to pick up this book, that Franz Kafka wrote it while addressing or dealing with, I'm going to get it wrong because my memory, while addressing and dealing with the family of his lover or bitch, wife or whatever, them not feeling he was good enough because of his illness, some illness, and his father, also a bitch, not feeling like he was good enough because of his illness. I'm getting this way wrong, but when I read it with that in mind, it became so powerful to me. I won't ruin it for you, but if you read it, talk to me about it. It's freaking incredible. S tier. Agatha Christie. Mysterious Affair at Styles. That's what it was called. Really good. I was very surprised by this. It reminded me a lot of last year in the book club. We read Murder, She Wrote, The Old Tide Murder, or some shit like that. But I loved the Murder, She Wrote book, and I also loved this one. Agatha Christie, man. It's some series with the detective. I can't think of his name now. Holy shit. Hercule Poirot. Rossborough, Hercules. I don't know. And it was fun. I don't know. I give him an A. The Old Man in the Sea. This is my Hemingway S tier. This book is really good. We read it in high school, so a lot of people might not really like it because of that, but go back and reread it because I really think it's it's a good book. Good book about perseverance and strength of character. And
estava esperando isso. Agora vamos ao trabalho.
If you've never read it, read it. If you've read it in the past and thought it was reread it. It's a really good book as an adult. As a kid in high school, we don't care about that. We don't know anything about strength and character, or we don't know stuff like that. We're stupid kids, young, dumb, and full of I mean, you know what I mean. S tier, baby. The Raven. Sorry. I think it was really cool, and we all know it, but who has actually read it? Who actually knows it? I think it's beautifully written, and I think for my man's Poe there to be writing stuff like that at that point in time, like, come on, really cool. I'll give it an A. Very Poe, you know? Philip K. Dick. The skull. Not much to say. I'll give it an A. I think it was pretty cool. I told you at the end I'd get all fucked up like this. Not fucked up, but like, the skull.
The skull.
Throwing stuff around, you know? I reread The Stranger by Albert Camus this year, and I will... Again, I'm gonna give it an S. It's just a good book. I recommend it to any and everyone. The Sun Also Rises. I wanted to give you S tier so bad, but I have to give you A tier because I gave Old Man and the Sea S tier. Definitely worth reading. I loved it. I think I made a video on it. I don't know why I'm apparently Mr. Book now. I'm not trying to be. It's like talking. Hey, baby. The Vanishing Man. Fuck dog shit. This is a series too, so I will say that reading one part of a multiple book series is probably almost always gonna make me feel bad about it. If you read one part of a series, you don't get the whole story, you know? Amazon, in their infinite wisdom, they want to take their series and give you one part for free. This book was free, as was the Guillermo del Toro book. They were free, but that doesn't work with me, because if I read like the introduction book and I don't like it, I'm not gonna keep going. You better have a damn good first book if you want people to keep coming back for the rest. Just forget it. Who am I? I'm no one. D tier. The Wager was awesome. It took me 2 years to read because I suck like that. But what happened was I took a break for a while. When I came back, I got the audiobook too as my companion, and I read along with the audiobook. I found with me, this book was a little difficult at first because it's kind of like an information overload. It's a historical book, but based on a historical event. It's really cool though. I think the author did a really good job retelling this story. The story itself is easily S tier, so I'm going with that. P.S. Thank you, Lauren. I didn't want you to think I'd never finish it. It just took me a really long time. The Third Parent. Yeah, it was terrible. I don't recommend that. It's basically like smut. Don't do it. Thank you. The Left Right Game was really cool, actually. Not even gonna lie. I will give A tier. I was hooked. Huh? What we talk about when we talk about love has that grit to it. A little bit of grit. A little bit grit. It didn't hit the mark. It was an A, not an S.
Frogs.
Unfuck yourself. It's okay. I'll give it a B. No, you know what? I'll give it a C. White Nights by, I think that's a Dostoevsky book. I think it was pretty good. I'll give it a B. Will destroy the galaxy for cash, I think is what it's called. My thumbnails are all fricked up, so I can't read it. I think it's will destroy the galaxy for cash, but it might be will leave the galaxy for cash. I can't read the thumbnail. That's by Yahtzee Croshaw, which is a really funny name to me. I bought the book and was listening to the audiobook because I do the companionship. The author, Yahtzee, my man Yahtzee, he narrated the audiobook, and he did such an amazing job, and he was so fun with it that I stopped actually reading that book, and I got to the point where I was only listening to him because it was better than the experience of just reading. He really did his book justice, and man, I think he might be in the wrong business. No, I'm just kidding. His story is really fun too, and he just does a good job at reading his story because, you know, who knows the material better than the person that wrote it. It really feels fun. I think that reading is definitely the way to go, and I would prefer to read over listen, but in this exception, I would recommend the Audible audiobook read by Yahtzee Croshaw. S tier. You Are a Badass by, I don't remember her name, Jen Cicero. If you're into self-help books, I think this was written really lightheartedly and funny, and I think the information in there is good for someone who likes self-help books, and I think she does a wonderful job of laying everything out, and it's fun, but that's not really my style of book. I'll give it a B. Well, I'm pretty sure no one actually cares what I read or what order I ranked what I read. I hope at the very least it gave you books to avoid. Maybe some of these books are on your TBR list, and I'm not one for saying don't read a book, but I'm big on saying I would rather waste my time with a better book. And I think with this list, it can kind of illustrate that. You look at the list, and I would rather read any of the S tier books than a B tier book. And if I had both of these on my TBR list, maybe I have good advice for you. Then again, I'm just a fucking idiot, and I don't know anything. Maybe my advice sucks. So do what you want. That's the only way to make yourself happy. Oh well. I love you.